Okay, so now we see, so what happens, how to declare a variable. After declaring variable, what happening, so that variables are going to store a values. So how to declare a variable, so we already know the set of rules we are following to declare a variable. So how to declare variables, the variable name should start with capital, should start with alphabets. So it should not start with any special characters or numeric values. It should start with alphabets. Okay, and then no need to provide the space between the variables. And then your variable name should not start with numeric values. It may be a alphanumeric. Okay, it should not be a. It should not start with the numeric values. And then we are not going to provide any white space between the variable name. Okay, your variable name should be a single word, and then your variable name should be case sensitive. Case sensitive means, so in which it may be capital letter or in small letter. If you declare a variable, or if you mix both capital or small letters, okay, uppercase or lowercase letters, by using this both upper and lower case, if you declare a variable, that same name you should use in entire program wherever you want to use. No need to change the cases, uppercase or lowercase. If you declare variable by using uppercase A, capital letter A, and then if you use it as a small letter A, then the two are having different meaning. The two are having different meaning. That's why the variable name should be case sensitive. First rule is it should not be a keywords. Okay, it should not be a keywords. In uh, Python also we have some of the inbuilt keywords. Okay, you no need to declare your, you no need to declare your variable by using that keywords. That keywords I am telling while we are discussing about the some of the concepts. So next concepts. Okay, so next I will mention, so this one is the keywords and that one is the keyword that I mentioned, and I will tell you, okay, that keywords you are not going to use. So just like previous programming language in C, C++, Java, here also we have some reserved words. Keywords are nothing but they are the special words or the reserved words. They have some predefined meaning. That type of words you are not going to use. Okay. So for example, your print, okay, print scanf, printf. So what you are used in your C, C++ and in your Java system.out.println. These are all the keywords. No need to use that one as a variable name. So your name will be should be start with alphabets. Okay, it should not be a, it should not start with numeric values. It may be a alphanumeric. Okay, and it the variable name should be a single word. We don't provide the white space between the characters or between the variable name. Okay, variable name words or characters, and then it should be a case sensitive. So now I declare one variable called Python. So Python is a variable name. So now we need to assign a values to this Python. So Python, how to assign value? By using assignment operator equal to, okay, you assign value equal to, so now I mentioned 50. Okay, so now we are using assignment operator here for assigning value. So this one is solving the expression from right to left, right associative. So this 50 will go and store inside this Python. Python is a variable name. Okay, so for this Python, some memory will be allocated. That memory depends on the value. For this 50, now we already assigned value, right? 50. For this 50, what value, how much memory is needed? This 50 is integer, right? For this, how much memory is needed? That will be assigned by your computer. Okay, so Python is a variable name. Okay. So next, if you want to know what value is stored inside this Python variable, next if you just type Python, so will print 50 inside this Python, we store 50. Next I declared another one variable Java. So Java equal to, so for this Java also assigned 5, only 5. So next Java variable is created, and that inside that Java variable 5 will be stored. Now I add Python plus Java. Now I am creating a expression by using reference variables. What value it will print? 55. So inside this Python, what value we have? 50. So Java 5. So total 55. So now I change that Python value. So Python value I need to change. So Python is equal to 60. Python is equal to 60. Then what happens? So inside that Python, what value we have now? 60 or 50? So now we have 60. So now I use same Python plus Java. Now what value will print it? 55 or 65? It will print, let's say, 65. Why? Because that previous value will get erased. Okay, and then new value what we have done, that 60 will get stored. So now for Java also we can change the value. Java is equal to Java into 2. Then what value it will store now inside Java? So in Java we already have what? 5. 5 into 2 is what? 10. Now 10 will get stored inside this Java. So now we print Java. So then what value it will have? 10. It will have. Okay. I hope you all understand how to declare a variable and how that values are get stored inside that variable. And then how if you assign the new value to the existing variable contain value, so then the previous old value will get erased, new value will be stored inside that variable. So next we see the next concept. So next one is, here you see, enter the following code into interactive shell and try overwriting. Now this one is an assignment. So open your Spider Anaconda interactive shell. So there you type this one and then see the difference. So now I entered only the values in your interactive shell. So you can also assign strings also. So now for spam, what I assigned? Hello. So we represent the string in Python. The string we represented within a single quote. So now spam hello will be print. Next spam is equal to goodbye. Then what happens? If you assign new value to the existing variable containing value, this previous value hello will get erased and new value goodbye will be stored inside that spam. So if you again call the spam, then what will print? Goodbye. The new value what you assign, that will print. You will see box what happens. So that new value will enter. That new value is what? Goodbye. Old value is what? Hello. This hello will be removed from this variable. Okay. So next, this one is how to name the variables. I already told. So it can be only a one word. Your variable name can be only one word and it should be a one word only. It can be only letters, numbers and underscore character. It can use only this. For naming variables you can use letters, numbers and underscore symbol, but it can't begin with number. It can't begin with number. Your variable name can't begin with the number. It may be alphanumeric. Start with alphabets, means your variable name start with alphabets, and after that you can add numeric, okay, for one word, but should not start with number. Variable name are case sensitive, already told, meaning that spam. Okay, if you take spam, now we took that example spam. So if you want to print that values, if you want to check what value inside that spam variable, you have to mention this case sensitive, lowercase spam only. If you call uppercase spam, what happens? Then it will have different meaning. Okay, this one is uppercase having different meaning, lowercase having different meaning. And then here you see we have both uppercase and lowercase mixing. Here also there are these four are four different types of variables. So it is a Python convention to start your variables with lowercase letter. Best practice. So in Python also you write or you declare your variable name in lowercase letters. Okay, here you see some of the valid and invalid variables are named. Variables are there. First balance. So balance, valid variable name. Okay, invalid variable name is current hyphen balance. Hyphen is not allowed. Okay, you won't mention hyphen. Okay, you can remove this hyphen and then you attach this current balance as a single word, then it will accept it. But if you use hyphen or comma or white space, then it will not accept it. So current balance, you see this one is valid. So here you see space is not allowed. Current underscore balance, as this one is accepted, because in your variable name you can use letter, numbers and underscore, but your name start with begin with number. Okay, but it won't contain number or underscore, they are not mentioned, but it begin with the, it won't begin with number. Okay, it may contain underscore or number. Okay, so for account it start with number, this one is invalid. Why? Because it begins with a number. And then your variable name will begin with letter or underscore. So here underscore spam. This one is valid. 42 is a number. It's not a valid variable name. Spam. Yes, it's a valid variable, but in uppercase. Okay. For best practice, not a mandatory. For a best practice, can write it in small, a lowercase letter. So account 4. This one is valid variable. Why? Because alpha numeric, alphabet sign numeric. Start with numeric. Now won't start with numeric, but it contain numeric. Okay, and then your variable name should start with underscore and alphabets. So hello. Okay, hello. Within single quote, if you mention hello, so then this one is not a valid variable. Why? Because special characters are not allowed. Here single quote is a special character. So these are the rules to create or for naming a variable. So next concept is your first program. So in your first program, so till now we discussed about expression, how to type an expression, how to declare expression, how to solve, how your Python will solve that expression that we discussed. Data type we discussed, okay, and then we discussed about the strings concatenation and string unification, and then we discussed about the variables. So now how to give input. If you want to write any program, how to give input, okay, and then how to get the out, how to give input and how to get the output, so that we have to discuss here also in Python. For printing an output, for printing output we use print inbuilt function. So we have print inbuilt function. By using that print inbuilt function, you can print an output, and then for accepting the input we use input function. So for printing output we use print function, and then for accepting input we use input function. Input name itself for use for accepting the input, just you call input function. Okay, input function is nothing but the name will contain the name attached with parenthesis, we call as function, right? So here we have for output, printing output we have print, and then for accepting input we have input function. So here you see, so first before that, first we have to write what? First we can, or we have to write the commands. So before that one is the best practice, right? Before start writing any program, we have to write the commands. So here in Python, for writing commands, what we use hash symbol. By using that hash symbol, okay, you can write a commands. So in C programming, okay, or in Java, we are using single double quotes, okay, and then double forward slash, and then forwards for single line we are using double forward slash in C, and then for multiple lines we use forward slash star symbol, and then start with and end with star symbol forward slash. So here for in Python, for writing commands we use hash symbol. First you have to write hash symbol. Okay, this one is the best practice. Okay, if you start writing any program, first you have to write the commands. Why? Because you have to tell anybody wants to read your program, okay, they have to know what program it is. So that's why first you have to write the commands. So this is the program, say hello and as for my name. Okay, so that one is the command, but this command will not get executed in our output screen. Just for the program reader, if anyone wants to read your program, they need to understand what your program is. Okay, so now you see, first if you read this commands, what thing came to your mind? So what thing come to your mind? So you can easily analyze, oh, this one is the program to say hello and ask for my name. Okay, so that's why this one is the best practice. If you want to write any program, first you have to mention command. First print. So in print, inside this print function, you write what output you want to print. So hello world. Okay, this one is a string. That string you have to write within a single quote. So print, what is your name? What is your name? So as for their name. So as for their name. If you are asking your name, means the first output in by using output statement, you are asking name. What is your name? Next, you need to accept the input, right? So that input we are accepting using input function. After accepting that input, you have to store that input in one variable. That's why here we declared my name is equal to input. So this input, what that user will give, that will store in my name variable. Next, if you want to print that name, what you accepted as input, for that print, it is good to meet you plus my name. In my name, what you enter, that will be printed. Okay, the length of your name is. So next, if you want to find the length of your name, so for that we use length function, len. Len is an inbuilt function. It is used to find out the number of characters in a string. If you want to find out the number of characters in the string, for that we use len. That is the next concept. We have that inbuilt function. Okay, and then what is your age? Like that. Here, in first you are asking what is your name. So that name stored in my name. Like that, you can ask any questions. Here, the next question is what is your age. Next, you accept that input. You will be string of int of my age plus one in a year. Okay. So next, you can print you will be the, and then you can convert. Here you see they are converting that age into age value into string value. So you can also convert that age int value into string. Okay, so by using int function, so this int they are converting into string value, so in a year. Okay, uh, next we see that in next session we see that desetting your program means what is that command, what is print function, how to declare function, input function, that we discuss in next session. But now we are going to execute our first program. Okay, now I opened the spider interactive shell. So now I enter. Okay, first I enter. If you want to print something, so for that, for printing output, what function we are using in Python? Print function. So print. So first I type hello world. Hello world. Hello world. Welcome to Python program. So this one is my first statement. So now you enter. So next what it print? Hello world, welcome to Python program. Okay, so this one is the print function. If you want to print anything, so for that we use print function. Inside that you write the values in the form of strings, just like what printf statements you used, and then set system.out.println we used. Same syntax here also used, but the function is print. So next I want to ask print. So for best practice, you type your program in lowercase. Enter your what's your age. So what's your name? What is your name? What is your name? Now I am asking the name. Now I am asking the name. So for that, the user needs to enter the input, right? For that input, next which function we have to use? Input function. Input function we need to use. So here my name is equal to input function. Okay. So now you enter your name. So now I enter my name. So now inside my name, what value is stored? What value is stored? So my name is stored. Now we see inside that my name, what value is stored. So now if I type my name in uppercase, what happens? You get an error. Name is not defined. But why? I define my name in lowercase. So that's why I wrote variables names are case sensitive. Now if I type in lowercase letter, can I print my name? Let's see. Yes, will stop. Okay. So now I type. Now I type. Now I want to print my name is Santosh. Okay. For that, again to print value, print till single quotes my name is. My name is what? Colon close single quote. Here we need to concat the variable name. My name. My name is Santosh. Will print. Okay, so like this. And then next, if you want to find out the length, if you want to find out the length of your name, okay, for that which function we need to use? Length, len length function. So now I use my, I create another one variable, my name length. Okay, my name length is equal to assignment operator. You can directly use length of my name, length of my name. Now, if you just call my name length, okay. So otherwise you call print my name contains, my name contains how many characters if you want to find. That's why those again plus my name contains my name length, name length, number of characters. Close the single quote, close this statement, and then delete the things. So now we already find out that length of how many characters are present inside that inside my name, and then store it in my name length. Now I want to know how many characters are there. Okay, so my name. So here also I can add my name. Okay, now you see what it will print. See that the name error is there. Why? Because we made a mistake. Okay, we are writing the variable name, different variable name. See that spelling is mistake. Okay, now you see here we get an error. What error we are getting? Okay, my name, my name. So here must be a string, not int. Must be a string, not int. So which one? Ah, so here you see. So why we got that error in a sense? So here we are adding what, here we used plus symbol. Plus is what? Concatenation. So that concatenation plus the operator will add two string values. Not, it can't add one string and one integer value. That we discussed in last video session. The same thing here will happen. That's why it will show an error. Must be a string, not int. So if you get error like this, so for this one, what we have to do in the sense, so you have to convert that string int into string. For converting int into string, here in Python, we have some inbuilt function. They introduced one inbuilt function called str. Okay, in str, by using str function, you can convert int into string. So here, which one is which variable stored integer value? My name or my name length. In my name, we have name string. Okay, that one is not having problem. But here, my name length gives an output in the form of integer. Length will be print an output in the form of integer. So this integer we are storing we are converting into string. For that we have to use string str, inbuilt function. Inside this str you can call int. Okay, this int we are going to convert it into, we are going to convert it into string. That's why we use the function string and as well as int. So that int, inside this int function, you mentioned that what integer variable, integer value stored variable that you've mentioned, and then it will convert it into string. So now you see you are not getting error. So here you see my name Santosh contain 9 number of characters. So actually in my name we have only 8 characters, but why it printed 9? Why it printed 9? Anybody guess? Okay, why it printed 9 in the sense string always ends with what? String always ends with null character. So that's why that null character is also added here. So say Santosh in that name we have 8 characters plus 1 null character. So total 9 it will print. If you want to get 8, you want to get 8 only 8 characters if you want to print, what we have to do? Name length minus 1. So here you see name length, my length of my name is there, right? So inside this one only, while you are converting or while you are calculating only, if you write your expression like this, so then you get the correct value. Now you see, so now I converted. Okay, in my line, I assigned new expression. Then what it will print? Now you see. So here you see my name those contains 8 number of characters. So if you want to give white space here inside this, then what is after my name you give one white space. So here it contains one white space. After this number one white space. Okay. So one white space. Now you enter. See my name Santosh contain 8 number of characters. So try to execute this program. Okay. Then you can understand. Okay, if you get error while you are practicing, it's good. Okay, because if you get error, then only you try to debug that errors. Okay, then only you can learn more. Okay, learn confidently. Okay, try to execute this program. Okay, in your laptops. Okay, or in your desktops. If you get any error, please message me. Okay, try to watch videos. Tell your friends to watch all the videos. Okay, if you in this type of programming languages, if you watch the videos and then along with that if you execute the program, then only you can easily learn this programming language. Just if you watch this video and then if you don't run this program in your laptops or on your desktops, you don't or you can't get that what actual thing happening practically. Okay, if you do hands-on experience, then only you can know about how that programming will work or will run. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching. We will meet in next video.